Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Gashi's Kaiman TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. Today I want to talk about the 15 days of nothingness in the Kenya Kwanza government. What we have seen in the last 15 days is nothing but hot air. It's nothing but pure politics with little to show on the improvement of the lives and standard of living. When Kenya Kwanza was campaigning, Ruto and his brigade had promised Wajiko Mama Boga that the cost of living would be brought down immediately. Waliahidi hewa lakini wameshindwa kutimiza. What we have seen is the swearing in of the 7 Supreme Court judges, and itself does not benefit the common mwananchi. What we have seen is that they were being rewarded for upholding the win of the president, and they were upholding the IBC decision, so they had to be rewarded. That's why they were even given 3 billion. And what is also seen with this declaration was also meant to humiliate the former head of state Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, because remember, he had refused to witness the swearing in of the 7 Supreme Court judges with his own reasons. The other thing is that we have seen William Samoei Ruto in the United Nations General Assembly giving his maiden speech, which according to me was average in nature, which according to me people thought that was not reading. Actually, he was reading the speech. And you see, people are trying to overrate this one, saying he's a very good orator. Yes, he's a good orator. You don't deny this, ni mlubi. Lakini kile ambacho tunajua ni kwamba alikuwa akisoma. Na tena, when you look at the delegation that had accompanied him, these were just MPs and his friends. They were not representing the government in any way. Kwa sababu, unajiuliza, walikuwa wakijadiliana kama nani? As who? Because you see, he's not from the cabinet. So in my view, a lot of money was spent here, and I think there was little to gain for the common mwananchi. Then came the naming of the cabinet. 2 weeks after he was sworn in. Again, he did not fulfill the 50% promise to the women of this country. Wanawake wakasalitiwa. They were betrayed. A promise is a debt. Kama umewamwahidi mtu kumbuka ni ahadi ni deni. So why did he not keep the 50%? So it is a failed promise. Na ukiangalia kwamba I said, the beginning of a long journey of disillusionment, a long journey of unfulfilled promises has just begun. Kwa sababu ukitaka kujua vile ambavyo mtu atakuwa angalia, these are red flags. Because why did he promise the first praise? Remember, he promised them in broad daylight. He declared that 50% of his cabinet would be women. But we have seen only 7 being named in his cabinet. The other thing that we are seeing is that he has removed the subsidies. But where has the money gone? What are the results of this? What are the consequences? The consequences are fuel prices skyrocketing, cost of commodities, price of commodities skyrocketing. Mama Boga ameumia sana, Baba Boga ameumia sana, mtu mkokoteni ameumia sana, wazazi wameumia sana. And the funny thing is that he did not even talk about school fees. Women and men, because majority of Kenyan parents are women, they paid a lot of money. In fact, school fees in some school was tripled. Nobody talked about this because we don't have a proper functioning cabinet. Kwa sababu ukiangalia utaona kwamba Mama Boga ameumia sana. Just 2 days ago, a school that would charge just as the right fee, utaona kwamba hakuna mtu sasa anamtetea mwananchi wa kawaida. The other thing is that we have seen security lapses. We have seen 8 uniformed police officers killed in Turkana. Waliwawa in cold blood, mchana, na they were killed by bandits. If you ask me, bandits are terrorists. And there's no need of going to Somali to keep peace when the Kenyan are dying. If the police cannot be able to defend themselves, and remember they are armed, what of the common mwananchi? Utaona kwamba what happened after this, he said that he was going to use a multi-sector approach to eliminate the bandits. So far, none of the bandits has been arrested. None of the bandits has been taken to book. What we have seen is that they are still roaming in Baragoi, they are still roaming in Pokot, they are still roaming in Turkana, they are still roaming everywhere. So the government that cannot protect its people has no business being in power. The cardinal duty of any government is to protect its citizens. So we expect nothing short of this. We want the government that will ensure that there is peace in this country, that everybody is safe. Ni jambo ambalo limevuja watu wengi moyo sana. Again, the death of Pogishero has raised many questions and answers. We want this case to be unraveled. Tunataka watu, kama kuna watu ambao walihusika na kile kifo chake, kwa sababu mpaka sasa hatujui kilichosababisha kifo chake. But the family was saying that they were reading foreplay and this man was disturbed. And the reason why this man was not protected, remember the ICC protection witness is there. Why he was not protected? Why? Because he was just alone at his current home with the family, close family, and I think some friends. Kwa kile ambacho tunataka kujua, watu wanataka kujua kwa nini Pogishero awe kifo cha ghafla. What was this form that was coming from the mouth? So we expect nothing short, but the truth, nothing but the truth. So this is something else that people are asking. The other thing is that we have not seen the government undertaking any major development. Nothing actually. Kile ambacho tunaona the development that was started by Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, most of it has stopped. It has stalled. Lakini ukiangalia zingine zinaendelea, lakini ukiangalia vile zinaendelea, utaona even the way there's no determination, there's no enthusiasm that you would expect to see. And you see, this government has not come up with a working policy, a rallying call. Like now during Kibaki's time, we had a working nation, and everybody knew that we had to work. Lakini sasa hii ya Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta vile vile haikuwa na a proper rallying call to the nation. So I think Ruto needs to come up with a rallying call that will bring the nation together, that will make people realize that we are moving forward. Again, what we have seen is that the Kikuyus have lost a lot. For the last 15 days, I can say the Kikuyu have lost a lot. They lost the Naivasha dry port. Yes, jobs were lost. And the people who used to take their goods from Naivasha, and especially people from Nairobi, from Nakuru, they have now to go all the way or wait for the goods to come from Mombasa. This was not good for the Gema nation. Let's truly be told. And I can tell you, some people are complaining that this was not fair, because what was happening is that people were made to believe that the dry port was serving Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. No, further from the truth. This is not the case. It is the businessmen, especially from the Gema nation, who are benefiting from this, because clearing of goods will take a very short time. What was to happen is that the goods would be carried by SGR and brought closer to them. So there was nothing wrong with that. The other thing is that you have seen Ruto raiding the opposition. The last 15 days, you have seen him trying to woo members of the opposition, which is not good. If you look at America, if you look at Uingereza, Britain, what do you see is that in the United Kingdom, you have the Labour Party and is it the Liberal Party? Yeah, or Conservative, whichever. You don't see them trying to woo members of the opposition. You don't see the Republican trying to woo the members of the competing party. So what you see in Kenya is a situation whereby the leaders feel very insecure, so they have to try as much as possible to invade the opposition, which is not good. Again, kule kujaribu kusema ya kwamba they are the majority party in parliament, in the National Assembly, that is, it is wrong. Huku ni kuwanyang'anya wanaazimio haki yao. Azimio, according to the constitution, is the majority party. And if Wetangula rules against this, it will be a sad day for Kenya. Remember, William Samoei Ruto, I think, is going to address parliament today as per the law. And it would be very, very unfortunate for Wetangula to say Kenya Kwanza is a majority party in parliament. The other thing is that we also saw him meeting Uhuru's cabinet. And the purpose of this meeting The political implication was to humiliate them. That was the major purpose. You know, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta used to address them, and maybe sometimes Ruto not attend these meetings, you not even be invited. So when he chaired this cabinet, I think there was no need of chairing this cabinet, because you see, you can see Matiang'i, you can see Joe Mushero in that meeting, and when you look at them, even the faces, the body language will tell you that these guys were being humiliated, and it was not good. There was no need of interfering with this, because this was a mockery. Kwa sababu what we know, yes, we have a cabinet, but I think it was not necessary. The other thing is that we have seen Rigathi Gachagua telling people to go to the forest and start farming. What is this now? You see, this interfering with the environment. I said this is like land grabbing. We have a lot of empty land, virgin land, which is not cultivated. So the government should send people there, should give people land, and should not let people go and work in the forest. Mashaba system is something that should be rejected at all costs. So we have seen Ruto the politician and not a leader. That is what I can say for the last 15 days. A politician is somebody who thinks about the next election, and a leader is somebody who thinks about the next general election. The other thing is that we have not seen the Hasura's song being sung anymore. It has died. And what we have seen is a government by the bourgeoisie, the government by the rich, and the Hasuras. Mama Bogas is nowhere to be seen in the cabinet. Mama Boga continue to suffer the prices of commodities. So you have not seen him doing much. And I can say that looking at the situation, though the Kikuyus benefited most, the Gema benefited most in his cabinet, I can tell you, the Gema nation will suffer most in this regime. In terms of development, in terms of lost chances, Namabo Kama higher. The other thing is that we are likely to return to the one party, de facto party, one single party rule. We are likely to go that. If things continue going the way we are going, we are likely to go to a single party situation by the time we go to 2027. And the other thing is that although Ruto has been saying, Kenya Kwanza has been saying that they have a plan, for me, they don't seem to have a clear plan of what they want to do or what should be done. I don't see whether, because this plan should be there now for all of us to see. And if it is there, only time will tell. So again, we are seeing that Azimio is not keeping this government in its toes. They are not playing their role, and they need to play their role. They need to keep the government in its toes. They need to show where there is a mistake and provide the solution, because that's the essence of Kenyan politics. We have not seen also Kalonzo coming out very strongly, and you see Kalonzo, people have a lot of trust in him, they have a lot of hope in him, and he should come out very strongly and rally all the opposition leaders and try to criticize the government and provide the alternative. So this is Serikali TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. Kindly like this video, please. Kindly comment, and if you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe to this channel, and may you have a blessed day. Bye-bye.